Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my Oscar rundown of 2020. In case you guys are wondering, and what on earth are you uploading this video after the Oscars for? For the record, this is a pre-recorded video. I don't actually know who's gonna win the Oscars, so I apologize if this video ends up going out a bit late, but I just wanted to be able to give my thoughts on 3 movies that I ended up seeing this year that also got nominated for Best Picture that I get a chance to talk about. Parasite, Ford v Ferrari, and 1917. In case you guys are wondering, I actually did see a good majority of the Best Picture nominations. In theaters, mind you. I saw Joker, I saw Jojo Rabbit, I saw... Hold on 1 minute. Joker, Jojo Rabbit. I saw 1917, I did do that. I saw Marriage Story and I saw The Irishman because they both came out on Netflix and I was able to watch them. I actually did finish The Irishman in the day that on the first day that it came out on Netflix. So, yes, I did get through the 3.5 hours that it took. I did see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I unfortunately missed out on Ford v Ferrari because on the weekend that came out, Jojo Rabbit finally made a wide theatrical release, so we had to unfortunately miss out on that. So literally the only movies that I did not see were Parasite, Ford v Ferrari, 1917, and Little Women. I only missed 3. And unfortunately though, I'm probably not going to be able to see Little Women by the time, because it's the Oscars, so I'm not going to have enough time to do so. But yeah, I'm going to go over a lot of the movies that I saw, starting with Ford v Ferrari. Now, the story of Ford v Ferrari is based upon a true story, and it follows Ken Miles and Carroll Shelby. Carroll he manufactures cars, and Ken is a professional driver. He's a professional racer, I mean. So, eventually, Ford comes to them with a proposition. It's like, hey, we want you to build a car that is fast enough to compete in the 1966 Le Mans race in France. And yeah, this is pretty much the true story about how these two friends are trying to be able to build a car that'll be fast enough to be able to win the Le Mans race. Now, for the record, I'm not that much of a sports car guy at all. It's not my thing at all. But even though sports wasn't really my thing along with this particular event, I still found myself engaged in watching the movie. Mainly because due to the fact that the performances from Matt Damon and Christian Bale were really well done. I also want to mention real quick that this is the first movie that James Mangold has done post-Logan. So here you have a man who had his film get nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay. His movie ended up coming in here and getting nominated for Best Picture. So yeah, make that of what you will. Also, the racing sequences are actually really well done. Like, kudos to the people who were able to, sit in the cars and actually film them driving. Like, that must have taken a lot of work to do. But the only sort of complaints that I did have about the movie were that I did feel like it was a bit too long at 2.5 hours. Like, yeesh. There were some bits and pieces that I feel like could have been left out, but yeah, for the most part, I really did enjoy it. I also love how the fact that Christian Bale in this movie essentially just acted like Christian Bale, a British man who's always constantly yelling at people behind the scenes to do something right. It's great, and I love it. So, Ford v Ferrari, I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. Now we move on to 1917. Now, this was a movie that I was just completely blown away by. In fact, hold on 1 minute. Excuse me 1 minute while I go through this assortment of tickets that I happen to have in my hand right now. I actually saw 1917 when it actually made its wide theatrical debut on January 10th. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, hey Owen, how come you didn't do a review of it when it came out in theaters? Well, that's simply because I've been busy with school. I haven't had enough time to be able to do a lot of these reviews because I have been preoccupied with school. And also because on my own part, I have been busy doing other stuff. So that is on my back. Now, I just want to mention real quick the fact that 1917 is one of the best films I've seen from last year. It is an absolutely amazing film. From the performances from everybody involved, to the cinematography, to the direction, to the fact that it took them so long to be able to make this movie appear as though it was one continuous shot with no edits at all. That is actually really well done. True, there were some elements that you could sort of see where they probably made a cut at, but the way it just seamlessly all just flows together from one scene to the next, no cut, giving you no chance to breathe, it's absolutely amazing. I also want to mention real quick about how the fact that the exteriors were incredible because they didn't do any sets. These are actual locations, they're on set, and, you know, they had to, in match continuity, they had to worry about the weather, which, kudos to Roger Deakins, who was the cinematographer for the film, which, yeah, I hope he ends up winning the Best Cinematography Award, because he, for the first time, he actually won it for Blade Runner about 2 years ago, but I hope he wins again. But yeah, I think 1917 was probably one of the best war films I've ever seen, I will admit. And yeah, overall, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 because while I did really, really enjoy it, I think it was one of the best films I saw, there were several little things that I'm like, yeah. But yeah, that's just me personally, so I'm just going to give it a 9. Ooh, Parasite. This was a movie that I had no idea what it was about. I only had the biggest idea of what it was going to be about from the trailer, and I don't watch that many foreign films because I wanted to be able to watch the Best Picture nominations, and very much like how I watched Roma last year and thought that was incredible, Parasite was probably one of the best films I also saw that year too. Holy crow, Bong, Joon-Ho, you did an incredible job on that movie. So in case you're wondering what the film is about, it's about this family of people in the lower class economy of Korea. They're currently living in like this really crappy apartment. They're barely getting any Wi-Fi, barely making enough money to be able to support themselves. It's really terrible. But the son gets an opportunity to be able to tutor this rich woman's daughter in English. And from there, the son realizes... as he's leaving, the mother's like, you know, I've always been looking for an art director for my son because he's got such a unique talent. And he's like, hold on, I actually remember there's this woman I know. What was it? Jessica from Chicago, Illinois. She actually goes to art school with my cousin, and maybe I could be able to get in touch with you. And slowly but surely, the family is trying to usurp their way into they're trying to be able to essentially just integrate themselves into the life of the rich people because 1, they got a nice house, 2, they pay well, 3, they have Wi-Fi, which is great. But yeah, then there is a third act plot twist that ends up happening, which I'm not going to say what that twist is because that would be ruining the movie for you, and I don't want to do that. I honestly think that Parasite is probably one of the best foreign films I've seen in a while. But yeah, if it doesn't win Best Picture, then it's definitely 100% going to win Best Foreign Film for sure, because incredible. Just absolutely well done, outstanding movie. But even though the fact that they think this is a great film, like it's a 10 out of 10 kind of film, the one little nitpick that I did have with it is that I feel like the third act twist probably could have been set up a little bit better. Like maybe have one scene or two sort of setting it up in the background that you don't notice. Or maybe it did, but I just didn't notice. But yeah, overall, I thought Parasite was a great film. And I just want to apologize in advance if it may seem like I'm taking not enough time to be able to focus on each of these films. Because each of these films are really good. In fact, I think this might actually be one of the best picture roundups that they've had for the Oscars. But I apologize if I haven't had the time to be able to sort of go over them more in depth in singular reviews. It's just I'm trying to be able to push for it because, you know, it's a day or two before the Oscars eventually happen, and I'm just trying to record this as like fast as I possibly can. I don't even know if this is even going to go up on, like, I don't even know if this is going to go up before or after the Oscars until I, you know, do it. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think of all the Oscar contenders in the comments section down below my video. And tune in sometime soon for when I cover Sonic. So, as always, stay gold.